While everyone's attention is kind of glued to the big names like ChatGPT and Claude, there's this major shift happening just under the radar. It's in the world of AI and coding, and honestly, it's about to flip the entire market on its head. This is an opportunity that most people have absolutely no idea even exists.
So the big question is a new AI really about to change the coding market? And what is this thing? How could it genuinely change the game for developers and, more importantly, for businesses? Because we're not just talking about some minor update here. This is the kind of disruption that could create an entirely new category of services.
And here's the kicker. Nobody is talking about it, at least not yet. The big tech blogs aren't covering it, your competition almost certainly doesn't know about it, which means this is your chance. This is your shot to get way ahead of the curve before this thing goes mainstream.
Okay, so let's pull back the curtain. The AI model that we're talking about today is called DeepSeek V4. Get used to that name because it's a new player that's positioned to make a massive impact.
So what exactly is it? Well, DeepSeek V4 is this highly specialized AI, and it's projected to launch in the near future. Unlike those general-purpose AIs, it's not trying to write a poem for you or plan your next vacation. No. It's built from the ground up for one thing and one thing only: professional software engineering. We're talking about complex coding, overhauling old clunky systems, and handling the real-world tasks that developers face every day.
Now this is where it gets really interesting. A generalist AI like ChatGPT is amazing, right? But it's kind of like a Swiss Army knife. It does a lot of things pretty well. DeepSeek V4, on the other hand, is like a surgeon's scalpel. It is laser-focused on coding and reasoning. It's built to write production-ready code because it understands entire code bases, not just little isolated snippets of text. That specialization, that's its superpower.
And check this out. This is exactly what that superpower lets it do. We're talking about long context coding, where it can analyze a whole project, thousands of lines across tons of files. It can refactor old, messy spaghetti code into something clean. It can hunt down really complex bugs, migrate a whole project to a modern framework, and handle those tricky API integrations. These are the high-value tasks that companies are paying top dollar for right now.
So what does all this tech talk mean for you? Right, let's get into the business playbook because this is how all of this tech turns into a real opportunity, even if you've never written a single line of code in your entire life.
The opportunity all starts with a huge, and I mean huge, expensive problem. Millions of businesses out there are running on what's called legacy code, basically old, outdated systems that are fragile, a total nightmare to maintain, and almost impossible to update. And because fixing it is so complex and so expensive, most companies just cross their fingers and leave it alone.
And here is exactly why they don't touch it: the cost. The cost to hire a good developer who can actually tackle these problems is just astronomical. We're talking anywhere from $80,000 to $200,000 a year. Most small and medium-sized businesses simply cannot afford that. And that creates this massive gap in the market just waiting to be filled.
Okay, this is the most crucial point, so listen up. You don't need to be the expert coder. You really don't. The AI is going to do the heavy lifting. Your role is to be the bridge. You identify a business's pain point, their ancient website, their messy back-end code, and you connect them to this new AI-powered solution. You sell the outcome, not the lines of code.
And these aren't just some abstract ideas. Look at these. These are concrete services you could start offering. Creating code documentation for a company that has none? That's a project that could be worth anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000. Or how about migrating a business from some old, creaky technology to a modern one? That could easily be a $20,000 contract. These are real, painful problems that businesses are more than willing to pay to solve.
All right, so the opportunity is crystal clear, but how do you actually prepare for it before DeepSeek V4 even launches? This is your pre-launch plan. This is what you can do right now. Here's your 4-step action plan. First, specialize. Please don't be a general AI consultant. Pick one problem like migrating e-commerce stores and become the go-to person for that specific thing. Second, research. Find 20 businesses that probably have that exact problem. Third, and this is the most important part, start conversations now. Don't try to sell anything, just learn. Learn about their challenges, build some trust. And fourth, by doing all this, you build your pipeline. So when the tool finally launches, you're not starting from scratch. You've got a list of warm leads who are ready to go.
Now, I really need to stress this. This whole opportunity is time sensitive. The main advantage you have right now is knowing about this early. And that advantage, well, it has an expiration date.
This timeline really illustrates the urgency perfectly. Right now, we are in the quiet period. This is the time to prepare and position yourself. Then, when DeepSeek V4 launches, the early adopters are going to jump in, and the market's going to start to get crowded. And pretty soon after that, it's going to be mainstream news and the competition will be fierce. The window to establish yourself as the expert is right now.
So let's just be absolutely clear. The real play here isn't about trying to outcode some seasoned developer with 20 years of experience. Your advantage isn't your technical skill, it's your strategic positioning. It's about seeing this shift early and being the first one to act on it.
So look, by watching this, you are now officially ahead of the curve. You have this information before pretty much anyone else. So the only question left is, what are you going to do with it?